Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Blind. We got our daggers. We're gonna head out for more Rogan. Go, Master. Hi. Stray into the shadows. Get new daggers. Options of new level 10 armor that we're not gonna take. And Jack has another assignment for you. Since we did so well at the first one, might as well keep going for it. A fine evening to you, Arctic. And a fine evening it is for a spot of work, wouldn't you agree? Indeed. This time round, it seems some eager buccaneers scampered aboard a local merchantman and made off with a shipment of muskets. Now, seeing as it ain't lawful to cloy from a Lemensian vessel to begin with, the Yellow Jackets fell upon them daft coves before their boots was even dry. Aye, they caught the pirates right there on the docks, but the stolen boomsticks was nowhere to be found. Fenced-in longboat deal, I'm thinking. That's when our guild was officially contracted to retrieve the goods, which weren't really needful since the code would have had us on the job anyway. You don't bite the purses of your fellow Lemensians and all that. So this is your assignment, me Natty Land. Find out where them weapons went, and bite that shipment back. Seeing as the cutters as hit that merchantman were already rotten in irons, you needn't rush in with your stabbers a stabbing. I want this job handled quick and quiet, and the perfect partner to show you how it's done. Come on in. This here's the Keb, the Stray. Ain't no other rogue what can match her in the arts of skulking. A pleasure. There's some problem, the Keb? You seem a bit out of sorts. I'm bloody starving. Had one of them finger sandwiches set aside. You know, those egg-filled tasties they make at the Bismarck? When I got back from me work, it was bloody gone. Oh. That was because I thought it was Underfoot's. Well, you'll just have to head out on the job, and I'll see if I can turn up that missing sandwich by the time you return. Alright, Jack. One more little detail you should know. The muskets was meant for the Yellow Jackets' armory, so once all is bob, you can hand the goods to one of their culls directly. Okay. Let's go sneak around. We are very stealthy. Alright. We can start whenever you're ready, Arctic. I have had a colleague keeping a waddle out for aught that might help us, so I suggest you have a few whiz with her first. You find her at the Hayline, posing as a fishmonger. Okay. Check that out. Fishmonger. They're still over here. Possibly upper decks? Yep. Okay. I'm gonna work with that. Maybe even be faster to just teleport up. Upper decks. I guess it's still on the lower decks. Lower? Nope. It's upper decks. It's the lower decks. It's still on the lower decks. Okay, it's fine. Let's see, go get to a teleport, and we should be good. Okay. Hayline. Posing as a fishmonger. That's alright. Upper decks. Half castle. That'll work. Huh. Over here. 60. Fishmonger. Hello there, sir. We've carp and trout, lobster and shrimp. By your tell, you've been looking for a special breed of fish. The long, shiny kind. What's Barkle put a bloke on his arse. We don't sell that kind here, but you might try them foreign merchants. What was they called again? The Traders of Edge. They hail from the South Sea Isles, are known for dealing in all types of nasty spitters and cutters. I should warn you, these folk ain't ones for questioning the source of their merchandise. In fact, they seem more than happy to pay for goods what came from below decks, so to speak. But if you're still keen to get your hands on those rare fish, then you'd better hurry. The Edge merchants what's visiting Limsa is looking to load them and leave the city afore long. Just how he means to transport his goods remains a mystery, though. Or with all the iron blades he's got nursing his operation, it makes it hard for a girl to get close enough to eyeball the competition it does. I'll be sure to keep an eye peeled on your behalf, but it might be as he can learn a little more from the folk around town. Speak to the camera. Come. What's up there? Alright. Something of a lead. Traders of Edge, eh? Well, if one of their merchants been staying in the city, then someone will know something to point us in the right direction. The trick is to listen without being seen. You're surprised at how coals will cackle when they think no one else is about. Focus on places that see plenty of traffic. You can have the Bismarck, the ferry docks, and East Hawker's Alley. Try my luck at a few other spots, then meet you in front of the guild when I'm done. Remember, keep hidden, keep quiet, and keep your wattles open. Yep. Information at the Bismarck, ferry docks, Hawker's Alley. The Bismarck, at least, is in here on this level. We'll go there first. Make our way back down to the lower decks, and then go to the guild. Yeah, good. Diving Dove appears distressed over some matter. Approach her while cloaked by your hide ability. Attempt to eavesdrop on her grumbling. Diving Dove. Distracted over some matter. Approach while cloaked, hide ability. Attempt to eavesdrop. I am. Is grumbling in discontent. The sneer on that customer's face. Does he think I could command the skill to cook more swiftly just to meet his pressing departure schedule? I don't know how things are done in the South Seas, but here in Limsa, folk appreciate that fine cuisine cannot be rushed. Come now, Dove. You must not speak ill of the patrons. What was the next on my list? Another finger sandwich for the dutiful sisters. Someone there must be rather fond of eggs. Casually sneak out of here. How sneaky. How amusing. Come. Lower decks. Come. And head in unsneaked. What are we looking for? Somebody's here. Garolf, speaking in a low but lively tone to a nearby customer. Approach him while cloaked behind ability, attempt to eavesdrops. Hawking his wares to a customer. You have quite an eye for quality, sir. We have a splendid range of produce from every corner of Eorzea. One simply cannot visit Limsa without sampling some of the local specialties. Would you care for some freshly squeezed Lassian orange juice? Or perhaps our famed salt cod is more to your taste. He continues to expose the virtues of his merchandise, but his impassioned urgings should have little relevance to your assignment. Oh. And lastly, down to the ferry docks. That'll do. That. Go. hiding. Marin Sue appears distraught. Brushable cloaked hides his mumblings. He's mumbling anxiously to himself. Curse my sense of duty. Would that I had stayed at the watch for that extra pint instead of returning early. I didn't ask to see anyone being bribed. It's really not my relief pilot. I wonder what that merchant was about. Smuggling, most likely. Should I report this to the Yellow Jackets? What if I'm being watched? I can end up face down in the harbor. Yes. Don't want me just popping back into existence right here. Don't worry about it. Welcome back, Arctic. Hope your skulking went well. Indeed. There might be an angel of death with the daggers, Colt, but any rogue but shuns the shadows is headed for an early grave. A sneaky cove can nose about without risking a scrap, or slip himself into the best position to ambush a mark. Once they've seen you, though, your rum fun is done. Hiding is part concealment and part distraction. You won't be disappearing on a cove but already knows you're there. Reasonable. Alright, I'm done prattling. What you managed to learn about our musket-buying merchant friends? Slipping coin to a ferry pilot, was he? And by what you heard from that chef of the Bismarck, Trevor means to hop the twig and soon. Matches with my own findings. He's vacated his room at the inn and paid his dues in full. Being a merchant, we can be sure that he won't be leaving without his merchandise, so here's the plan. Wait for him to stack his goods on the pier, and you ghost in and grab them firearms. Hopefully we can get the job done quiet and under cover of darkmans. But it never hurts to be prepared for the worst. It's not like he's got a small army of sellswords on the payroll. Alright. Send word to the Yellow Jackets. Have them post a coal near Hawker's Alley. That way you won't have far to bolt once you've been in the goods. I should be along any moment, Arctic. Have you got your skulking boots on? Sink it in. Strain the shadows. Proceed. Okay. Hide. So mark at the end of the pier, sneak over and lighten his load. You can also sprint while sneaking. You could totally fight all these hired axes. Wouldn't it be a problem? Right past him. There's the merchant. We're unhidden while we're stealing. It's definitely something. We're gonna get got? I feel like we're gonna get got here. Notice me. You're not supposed to be here. I thought I ordered my hirelings to keep this jetty clear. Yeah, about that. 1, 2, 3. There's one missing. My crate of muskets, it's gone. I took it. What are you gonna do about it? Thief! Stop him, you useless sluggards. What am I paying you for? Alright. Here we go. Deliver the firearms. Or die trying. Cool. Take less damage. Slice these guys up. And we're getting help from the camp here. Perfect. Alright. Thieves, scoundrels. Close to the one who brings me their hides. Hired muscle. Got a little more health to him. Nothing we can't deal with them. I'm gonna spin around all crazy like. We're having a good time. Spin speed. Yeah. So pass any other spots in your way, and it goes to the Yellow Jackets. I'll lead his calls on a merry chase, meet in front of the guild once all's bound. Right. Could maybe slinked past the previous one, that's alright. We got them. There's hired axes. Near Hawker's Alley. It's up this way. Go quicker. There's a lot more hired guys here. Not doing too good, are they? What about the sneaking? We're just casually walking. Does this ever go away? Just goes. Perfect. Brilliant conviction. Breaking limits is only a true warrior of light could. What are we doing? Unable to be detected. Hey, look what I got. There you go. These are our stolen muskets. The quartermaster will be pleased. There you go. Pretty complete. Easy as that. Of course, we also could have fought our way through, but no need. No need. Okay. I just run back on down. Arcanist, Fisher. Yep. Back to the guild. Very much here in Limenza part of the story here. That turned hairy, didn't it, Colt? Once he reached the Yellow Jacket, though, the merchant called off his blades. Wise enough to cut his losses, I'll give him that. I say we're all done here. Let's head inside and tell Jack the bin news. Okay. Heard the sounds of fighting coming from outside. Now I've whittled the cause of it. Thought we were aiming for a subtle on this job. Yeah, for the most part. I'm incapable of picking up a box and being invisible at the same time, it turns out. That many swans was there? We got the Yellow Jackets what they wanted, so all's well that ends well, eh? Yep. You're on your way to becoming a first-class rogue, I think. The job didn't unfold exactly as planned, but do you see the value of keeping out of sight? Skulking might seem slow. We can save you time and a fair amount of bleeding in the long run. Reasonable. Speaking of unexpected developments, I have a bit of bad news for you, Vicam. I searched high and low, but it seems some unprincipled cove has yaffled your sandwich. There were naught but crumbs to be found. No, my sandwich! It was a Bismarck special. Do you know how much I was looking forward to that meal? I was about to ready to cave in on itself. 'Tis a tragedy of the highest order, love. And you know I can't bear to see me rogues in such distress. So I gave Underfoot a special assignment. He should be back any moment now. With a freshly made Bismarck special finger sandwich. You did that for me? You're not jabbing with me, are you, Jack? This ain't no japping matter. 'Tis the guildmaster's responsibility to see that all his coves and moats are the best for the job. Jack, there you are. You got the sandwich you ordered. And did the chef give me a waterful when I said we was in a hurry? Maybe next time you could think twice before you a fellow rogue sup. Oh, bollocks. Jack, did you eat my supper? Now, lass, let's not be hasty. There's a fresh new sandwich right here for you. No harm done, eh? You've cloyed something that belonged to me, Jack. And I can't ignore the code. Yeah, the code. You mustn't ignore the code. You're having a laugh, aren't you, lass? Lass? Ah! That might have been the swiftest string-up I've ever seen. Punishment to fit the crime. Take a good long look, Arctic. The code exists to preserve peace in Limenza. To keep the alleys from running red with blood. It saves me home and I'll draw daggers on any cove fool enough to threaten that peace. A pointed lesson. Let's head inside, eh? Your sandwich will get cold. Hey, do you mean to leave me up here all night? At least you gave me a grand view of the harbor. His ropes are tight. It's fine. Yellow Jacket Soldier. Now we find ourselves indebted to the Rogues Guild. The Rogues Guild. Yep. The impropriety of it all. What that I could use them... What I could see them occupying a cell next to those thieving pirates. Dun dun dun. Go. Get inside. Yes. Okay. The ropes will leave chafe marks for a bleeding week. I may have wriggled myself free, but that's the last time I let my belly do the thinking. And just think, McCab strung me up over an egg sandwich. Those coves, well and truly stomp on the code, get it far worse. Give up your training, lad, and you'll soon be handing out rogue justice yourself. Alright. Get new, even stronger bronze baselines. New kind of dagger. Let's take the money, which we also don't kind of need, but still fine. Level 11. Alright. Recommend the new daggers. With those. I think you're set. Let's get a look at these daggers. Something more fancy. I'll take that. Oh. And the next quest is level 15. So how about hunting log time? Show incomplete. Show places. Might take more than this to get to 15, but can't do dungeon stuff until 16. So options here. Lower the Nausea, the Count's Grip. Let's pop out there, see what we can do. Nausea. Count's Grip. Alright. In theory, you can get to level 15 here. That's a dream, at least. Anybody else out here in Western, Western, Western. Got some moles also available. And egg diggers. Okay. What's in the west? Upper. Okay. So looking for moles, cairn, and jackals. All kind of in the area though. So that's at least something. Alright. There's some jackals. It's a jackal. It's a jackal. They're level 14 to our 11. That's alright. Let's get some new skills here, too. That'll also be helpful. Now we're back here. Oh, we're so nimble. Still in melee distance, though, so. Remember that. Whether or not it's actually less range than other melee stuff, since it's daggers. 3 yards. Hard to say. Okay. It's a jackal. Speed. Flying around. If we can find the other enemies quick enough, we can continue the bonus, but it doesn't seem likely. Some fireflies, little crabs. Okay. If we get to a point where we are too low level, could be a problem. Let's grip. Crabs. Cairn. Sam. Both of them here. Let's take less damage. That right here. Yeah, this one. This one was a little sand here, Jim. It's like an awkward spot. There you go. Level 12. Any level 12? Nope. And we got rid of pretty much everything sub 15 in terms of level requirements. Yeah, like the level 1 stuff. This hat and these gloves. Besides that. Okay. We're still missing somebody. Moles. Okay. Interesting spots here. There's moles. Kill it quick enough to continue the chain bonus. Looks like yes. It's a little bit extra XP. At a certain point, the question would be if it would be more effective to just run around fighting stuff. But nah. But nah. Yeah. Well, level 13. Ooh, what do we have here? Bloodbath. Portion of physical damage turned into HP. Okay. We've seen that before. There's another healing kind of situation. Nice to have. Alright. West. Western. Upper Lenacia Oakwood for level 19 enemy. That might be above our pay grade, but well, that's upper even. I'm gonna go to Western Lenacia anyways. Okay. Western Lenacia Quarterstone. Lots of stuff out in Western Lenacia here. There's more moles. Cool. You just immediately somebody. Let's get him. Cool. Basic stand. That's all those we need. Fat Dodo, I'm coming for you. Don't think I won't. Got various fates you could also do. Technically. As long as they're not higher level, then we get less contribution. It's kind of a mess. Finish him. Down. Surmal's seen. Okay. Like sometimes we're not getting the chain bonus for some reason. Remember, max chain bonus? No? Whatever. Where I got that? We'll need one of those. Well, we got an extra kill, that's fine. What else we got? Skull Valley. Rest of these guys are in Skull Valley. Okay. Looking for hatchlings, pelicans, messes, hedge moles. Over this way. Got Skull Valley. It's a big looking crab. I can mess with him. Stab this. Oh. Expensive thing. Two slots are made in our inventory. Yep. We'll deal with that. Level 14. That big guy. I can mess with him. Alright. All fours. Okay. 16 complete. You acquire all fours. What? Some stuff. We can sell the actual money worth things for some amount of money. We also question if we even want that. That's fine. Just, to level 14, you acquire all fours. Do we? An action or something? 14. Ah, here it is. Reduce damage taken when falling. Okay. That's fine. I'll take less damage while falling. In a literal sense, that's what's currently going to happen. And for pelicans, mantises, and hedgehogs. Cool. Here's this. Turning into goblins. These hedgehogs. You really need like a handful of some of these. It's fine. Yeah. For you. Here's some pelicans. Slightly larger. More space for stabbing. Three of these. This is gonna spin. Oh. This'll work. This'll work fine. This is spin. And the last one of these. Alright. Definitely not taking a huge amount of damage for most things. Nothing really to be worried about. That's level 15. Since we're out here, let's see if we can find last things we're looking for. This guy. Killer mantis. Over here now. Wild. Yeah, one more. And one of them killer mantises? Yep. We can even heal ourselves with this for 20 seconds every 90 seconds. That's not bad. There you go. Another hunt not complete. Just have the upper lid osseo ones left. We get our new set of stuff. We got these plundered knives from a dungeon, probably. plunder goggles, the brand new set. There you go. That is an upgrade set. At least stats and stuff. Nifty. Let's head back. Do the level 15 quest. Yep. And we got enough XP that could possibly get us towards 16. We can do dungeons. That's alright. Ultimately, we could spend, I mean, the amount of time in the dungeons isn't very large, but time between and efficient actively doing things, etc., etc. Timing and all that. Anyways. Stifled Screams. Just to bring you in on a tricky assignment. Let's do it. Ah, Arctic. Just the cove I was hoping to see. There's some nasty trouble brewing. Client's on his way, so sit tight and pay attention. Call an Underfoot and the Stray in on this one as well. It'll be a right little rogue family reunion. Okay. So we're working with. Jack, the client's arrived. Our guest here comes from the Maelstrom Command, with confidential orders direct from the Admiral herself, so you know this won't be a simple job. I'm afraid your guildmaster speaks truly. It was several days ago when an emaciated man stumbled into one of our camps seeking aid. Upon questioning the poor fellow, we discovered that he had narrowly escaped a life of slavery. He claimed that pirates had raided his village, abducting him and many others to sell on black market auction block. We dispatched a patrol to confirm the tale and found the village almost completely destroyed. It was a meager settlement without so much as a guardhouse, thus did its unkind fate escape our notice until now. You think these pirates never even heard of the code? Pillaging honest clothes and dipping their wicks in the slave trade, they're heading the right way for a good stabbing. Aye. Though it ain't set down in so many ways, the code is notoriously unforgiving against those as various weapons against the weak. After all, the first pirates in these parts were Coles, was fleeing oppression in the northern seas. Ignore your history, and you risk becoming what it was you hated most. So you have a mark for us, then. That we do. From the descriptions given to us by the escaped villagers, we determined that these lawbreakers are members of the Jolly Merchants, pirate crew in possession of an official privateering license. It would appear, however, that privateering has been naught but a screen behind which to hide their illicit activities. One can only imagine how many other Lincoln citizens have fallen prey to these wicked slavers. And we've let it happen right under our very noses. Naturally, the Admiral desires a swift resolution to this ignominy. But merely tracking down those poor souls who have already been sold is proven heavily taxing to our allocated resources. We could throw more soldiers at the problem, but that runs the risk of drawing the small folks' attention and inciting undue panic. Thus do we come to the Rogues Guild for help. We ask that you eliminate the Jolly Merchants and liberate the villagers presently in their custody, and you do so with the utmost discretion. Consider it done. When those nasty coves will feel our short blades pricking into their backs, they'll enjoy but a brief moment of regret before the code is rightly enforced. Alright, let's get to work. We're going after the Jolly Merchants itself. Underfoot, Bakeem, you two lend your skills to Maelstrom's investigation. See what you can will about the coals, what have already been sold. Arctic, you're coming with me. Think you're ready for the next step of your education. Alright. Shall we get after those slave cutthroats then? Our client tells me that the Jolly Merchantmen set sail from Aleport a few bells ago. Oh aye, they might even board an Imperial ship or two, but that's just some mummery they're putting on to amuse the Admiral's swans. I reckon the rest of the crew will be back on land, looking to snap the shackles on a fresh herd of cattle. And just to prove my theory right, one of them jolly bastards got himself spotted creeping around the Ruffmans in Lower Lenasia. There's a Bennett Cove over at Morbay Dry Docks by the name of Cernit. Will likely know the full story. He's more of a shipwright than a rogue these days, but he keeps his glazes keen for the guild. Head over and have yourself a prattle. I'll join you soon like. Alright. And literally teleport to the Morbay Dry Docks. It's very convenient and very cool. I know what you are. What can old Swarson do for you? Looking for some people. Hunted down jolly merchant slavers. Ah, well that explains a few things. Let's keep an eye on the bustle about the dry docks, you see. I spy an odd trio off in the distance. This rough-looking sod, one of your pirates, I'd wager, was partying along another bloke and this poor skinny lass. I've seen whipped curs less miserable than the two being herded. As I saw they were headed south. What you're saying about this slavery business is true, and the jolly merchant's not going to walk his charges all the way to market. No, he's likely has a boat waiting for him. If I were a slaver heading south, my vessel would be hidden somewhere along the salt strand. That doesn't leave you much time. So Jack was on his way, yes? You'd best go on ahead, and I'll point him in the right direction when he gets here. To the south. On the salt strand. Where are you going? Spy on the giant merchant. Over this way. This is water on multiple sides here. That's the salt strand. Okay. Stuff with screams. We were right here, fighting these guys previously. Destination. Can't wait too long. Time is of the essence, and all that. Want to use our invisibility to sneak around and hide and look? How would that be an idea? So as it came through for us, eh? Now what do we got here? This one looks a charmer. Sudden move, I told you. Me peg-legged grandma owls quicker than you miserable sacks of shite. Or maybe you need another thrashing, is that it? You never forgot what happens when you try me generous patience. Sorry, please, no more beatings. March as fast as we could, but we need food, water. Now get in the boat and shut your traps. We get fed when we reach the other side. The other side? Where are you taking us? Are you challenging me or just plain daft? I told you to keep your bleeding mouth shut. Sorry, I don't mean to. Leviathan's scaly arms, she's weeping again. Listen, we're headed to Aleport, alright? That's where me and my shipmates gather to take stock of the merchandise and decide what gets sold where. You see, some buyers want only lads while others looking for lasses. As long as we keep the rich bastards happy, we make more coin than we ever did scrapping with the Empire's war galleys. Not that you care about that, I suppose. What matters to you is that you'll be loaded onto the Jolly Merchantman, sailed off to God knows where, and Limsol will be a distant memory. So if I was you, I'd fill that belly with one last big gobful of sweet Lenassian sea breeze. I'm sort of tempted to put a blade twixt his eyes here now, but that won't get the job done. No, we let him guide us to his mates in Aleport, and we mill the whole bloody lot of them. The Jolly Merchants will get their due, don't you worry about that. They've gone. We best hurry to Aleport. Let's see if a quicker way. There's a ferry, what leaves from Candlekeep Quay. Meet you across the water, lad. I can probably literally teleport there. You go take the ferry, though. Enjoy. Airport. Aetherites. Very convenient. Probably... are they? I was to say, they're probably not going to actually dock in Aleport, but here we are. Might just be somewhere out further. I take the Jolly Merchant's Cove is still with his captives, since they've taken a room under an alias. Hiding their operation in plain sight, bold as brass, aye. That's an old slaver's trick. See, even if some coal recognizes the merchandise, only a single handler gets boned. The rest of the crew just whistles, all innocent-like, while the maid is marched off to cry cockles. And you can bet they've threatened bloody murder for any prisoner who raises a hue and cry. Patience now, Colt. Just wait until we're sure all these blackguards have arrived. Meanwhile, you better sharpen your stabbers. We have a busy night ahead of us. Let's do it. Ready for the job then? Once the Jolly Merchants are all here, we'll ambush the sods and set their captives free. Perfect. That ought to be long enough. We'll just have to hope there ain't any stragglers. Listen closely now, Colt. The merchants are disguised as plain old adventurers and have settled themselves in 3 separate rooms here in Aleport. How do we whittle which coves are the merchants? Easy. Take a look at the dowels that bingo swung coal over yonder. He's wearing lavender gloves. The exact same type, with a nasty side of the salt strand hat on. That'll be how you find each other in a crowd. Of course, it's also how I whittled where each of the masters was staying, but snilch the hopeless glazers on the company they keep. You can be sure you found your mark. So here's the job all laid out for you. We had all 3 common rooms, mill the merchants quick and dirty like, get those captives their bleeding lives back, alright? Oh, the storeroom door has been forced open. Some thieving sod's been at the ale. It was that guy. Well, they can't have gotten far. We'll get the lads to do a sweep of the port. Was that Merchant Cove going pilfered ale? You think they'd be doing their best not to draw attention to themselves, all things considered. Bloody oafs. And now we got a swarm of yellow jackets buzzing about, looking for blood. They spot us wandering around in the darkmans. I have a feeling they'll axe first and ask questions later. Time to be invisible. It'd be best then if the patrols never knew we were here. Well, slip and sneak as we can and teach the common rooms. Use them telltale lavender gloves to identify our marks. There's innocent coals in there as well, mind, so let's try not to stab any who don't deserve it, Maybe we should head out one at a time to better avoid them yellow jackets. So, I'll let you take the lead. After you, Artek. Okay. Marks are behind the doors up ahead. Don't let the yellow jackets see you. Free captive villagers. This door. Axe-wielding adventurer. Bindings. Aeronaut adventurers. Sword branching adventurers. You check the gloves. Whatever. Bindings. You didn't immediately fail us, so I think we're probably fine. Oh, thank you, thank you. What kind of gloves you got on? There's free captain villagers. Maybe I've just been hanging out. You wearing gloves in the sleep? No? I think you're fine. Might have killed some guys accidentally. Well, you know. Work with what we got here. Your gloves are okay. Your gloves are fine. It's only you. We might have done a bit more than we needed to there. Freeing the captive villagers. Pray take your disagreement outside. Yeah, about that. I'm free? Perhaps. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else want to die? I think you're fine. Might have murdered some people. Unnecessarily. But you know. It's a work in progress. We're new. Sue us. You can't, you're dead. Okay, gloves. Glove hammers. Alright. Thank you, thank you. There you go. I'm free? Yep. Is that the last of them? You didn't even need my help. We might have needed your help a little bit there. Back into the shadows, land. Woo! In a literal sense. Off the merchandise, and it cuts our profits. These guys. There's more of them. Well, at least that's had some AoE attacks here. And they're standing on table. Absolutely outrageous. Wild. Wild stuff out here. Just finished reading the report. In addition to liberating those unfortunate Limousin citizens, you have much to cripple the Jolly Merchants' slaving operation. Thank you. The Admiral shall be most pleased. Fantastic. Not a bad night's work, eh, Arctic? The Maelstrom will be taking care of the poor coals we freed. And I've made sure none of the merchants we downed are like to get up again. As for the Jolly Merchantman, well, her crew can expect a visit from the Admiral's finest galleys. It won't be for teen crumpets on the poop deck. Right me nighty lad, our part in this is done. Time to head back to the sisters. Yeah. Hi. Excuse me, are you the ones who freed us? Aye. Was there something else we could do for you, miss? Maelstrom's swaths will take you home if that's what you're worried about. Oh, no, I know. I just wanted to thank you. If I may, there was one other thing I wish to tell you. Once before you rescued me, that dreadful pirate was muttering into his cups. It was something about another raiding party that hadn't made it back. I beg your pardon. Seems they've been hunting for slaves in western Lenasia, and being so close to Aleport, our captor assumed they were out rounding up chattel until last bell. Couldn't bear the thought of anyone else suffering as I have. Please, is there naught you can do? There certainly is, miss. Just get yourselves safely home and leave the stray pack of jackals to us. Pray for your success. Thank you again. Good information. Heh. So much for savoring a victory pint. Send word of this development to Underfoot and Stray. With some well-earned trade for the last of these jolly merchants. By the way, how's your throwing arm, Arctic? I think it's time I learned you how to fling a proper blade. When you're out in the wide-open roughlands, you often find the need to sting a cove from a distance. And I am sure a canny lad like yourself will figure out all sorts of uses for a well-thrown dagger. Just keep in mind for when we hunt down the rest of them slavers. throwing dagger. Range attack. You'll love to see it. Complete. Action learned. Throwing dagger. Yep. Level 16. The next one is already available. Save to the code. It's also level 15. Look at that. Any new level 16 stuff? Nope. Throwing daggers. Continue level 15 stuff. I'd say so. You get worse daggers here, because I already have the fancier ones. And another ability. Wow. Some worse stuff here. Turn to track down the remnants of the Jolly Merchants. Let's do it. The Lustfu Jolly Merchant bastards must be camped out somewhere in western Lanasia. If I was a black-blooded, gill-growing slaver, where would I be hiding? It's not to the west with the Sagagan pools. Even those Pollux for Brains pirates no better than trespass on fishback territory. And they won't want a chance running into patrols near airport. That just leaves us the flock? Aye. They'll likely be nestled down in the ruins out there amongst the dodos. That's where we'll try to pick up their trail. You head over there and snilch the place while I send word to the sisters in Maelstrom. Alright. See where it is. It's over there. Go see some dodos. Have a good time. Supper. Fat dodos. Random guy. Get in here. This ain't your fight. Pray help our child. Helping. Like a beggarly boy. Save the code. Let's link. Do it. Thank you for freeing us. We've been tied up here since those awful pirates snatched us from our beds. There are some interesting looking dodos you got there, Arctic. No sign of the merchants though, eh? No. The leader mentioned heading over to Ailport. Said something about there being no signal, and that was a signal that something was wrong. This left us hobbled there like lambs for the market. One of them jammed out, keeping the meat unsullied in case there was trouble. Pray let us free from this place before they return. And who are you to just slide in and set loose our hard-won prizes, hmm? 'Twas the damnedest thing. We'd have a crew lodged in Ailport, and not a one of them survived the night. Done by a couple sneaky curs what favored the short blades, they say. I suppose that was you too. Seems you've a bone to pick with our choice of trade. Aye. I can't say I have much use for slavers, except as a place to bury me knives. Oh, and I wouldn't bother yourself with waiting on your ship to come back, neither. The jolly merchants are done for. You might have the right of it, lad. But then you wouldn't know the kinds of coin these 3 healthy slaves like them ones will bring us. I'll have a new ship and a new crew before a single moon has passed. You hear that, channel? You're each worth a shining bloody fortune, and you've me to thank for helping you learn your true worth. Ignore that bleeding sod. In fact, why don't you step back a ways? These coves are about to learn the consequences of breaking the code, and the discussion is likely to get messy. Did not think we'd come for you. You can try to stifle your victim's screams in the darkness, but the shadows are always listening. Duty comments. They say there's a bit of fight. Fetch a grand price of the block. Sow your winds and draw your steel. Farmer. Voicing. Kill the little guys first. Birds move slow, but they pack on nasty effect. Your distance and skewer from afar. Bloody dagger. Dagger something, land. You just take the aggro. More dodos? There's bleeding farmers. Yeah. Yeah. Dagger's not quite strong enough to one-hit a dodo. Alright. Get some more of these guys. See on the boss. Got more dodos coming? Oh goodness. Guys. Boss is down. Anybody else? Oh, there's these guys. My foot's here to get underfoot. It's kind of over. Or at least I would if there's any bugger was left standing. That's a fine Pollock corns. It's not for us to do. No scraps for latecomers. Told me you had a hunger. Yeah, there you go. Sorted. Sorted. Thank you. I shudder to think what horrid fate awaited us had you not helped us to escape. I knew someone would come, just like the heroes in the stories. I was arrived at the perfect time and triumph over the villains. Think I could be a hero like you? I know I could be brave and strong too, I just know it. Ah, you don't want to be like me, lad. Listen now. You in those coves there? We're the ones what the scary folk are afraid of. That's because we keep the rules of the world they live in. We don't much care if you shirk your chores or get into fights. If you ever break the code and betray your mates, then that's when we'll come for you. No matter how far you run or how well you hide. Live your life like the hero you want to be, though, and you'll never need to worry about that. Ah, you two can stumble it and all. Yellow jackets. How's it going? Would you like our pile of corpses? I assume you're the citizens who were abducted by the Jolly Merchants. I'm Captain Malala of the Yellow Jackets. Maelstrom Command has entrusted me with conducting you to safety. Go on. It's alright, lad. These folk will take care of you. Go on. You must not get left behind. Was there aught else, Captain? Word on a new job? A job? For me? For you? How patently absurd. Well, I'd rather hire a sewer rat to mind me larder. Was it during one of your jobs that you turned Ailport into a slaughterhouse? What dark age is this that we must employ assassins to enforce the law? It is this continued dalliance with the underworld miscreants such as you that prevents Limsa from ever fully expunging the stain of piratical infection. What are these weapons you bear? A civilized person uses such indolence to carve meat or peel fruit. Leaves that table where they belong. Do you perhaps clench them twixt your teeth as you swing over rails like the pirates you hunt? Our fair city has no place for those who refuse to abandon their brutish ways of the past. The only champions of justice this nation requires are the valiant and forthright soldiers of the Yellow Jackets. Jack, what the bloody hells does this cove want with us? I've not the foggiest idea, love. Just smile and nod. I've not come here to be patronized. I've come to put a decisive end to piracy in all its forms. Consider this visit a gauntlet thrown at the collective feet of the Rogues Guild. Heed well my words. Just before dawn this very morn, a maelstrom vessel stacked with provisions was boarded and looted by pirates. Much of the cargo was stolen, and that is vexing indeed, but it is the theft of 3 items in particular, 3 unique treasures of nigh incalculable worth, that most distressed my martial colleagues. As for the brigands, they made well their escape, disappearing into the dawn's mist, along with their precious plunder. A rum tale? What's it to do with us? I challenge you, a contest to reclaim these stolen treasures. Should my Yellow Jackets and I succeed in retrieving the greater share, I shall formally propose the abolition of the Rogues Guild. Upon review of the achievements, the Admiral will surely concede that your unscrupulous institution has outlived its usefulness. Blow it out your waddle. I have better ways to spend me time. Oh, do you now? This isn't constitute a theft against the nation of Limsa Lominsa. Does that not violate your beloved code? If I'm not mistaken, you have no choice but to rise to the occasion. Unless, of course, you mean to slink back into your hole and abandon the fundamental precepts of your duty. Alright, you screeching shrew. You made your bloody point, and you'll be sorry that you did, I promise you that. Your paltry promises amount to knots in the face of my conviction. I shall not rest until Limsa Lominsa is free of every last buccaneer, scoundrel, and shadow-dwelling ne'er-do-well. What now, Jack? For right now, we head back to the sisters. What do you think? Gonna go 3 for 3 on the treasures? I can see going 3 for 3 on the treasures. Oh, Limsa. Notice all these other pirate guys here. Buccaneers. They're just here. Alright. Fisherman's Guild. Run quick. Back in here. Yep. Okay. For we last, that Malala's got some bollocks. And it seems she's well done with whiffs of pirate stock. Don't take kindly to Cole's pulling me strings. The shrew is right. The cove's been broken and we have a job to do. From the sound of it, though, them coves knew what they were about when they cloyed them treasures. I'll need you at your best. It's time to learn the art of mugging. Rough up a Cole in just the right way, and he'll give up more than what he'd get if just plain knocked him on his arse. The lads will be busy whittling the story of them bitten baubles, so you're free to head out and sharpen your skills. Might even be as you'll pocket some extra punch while you're at it, eh? New daggers that are worse. Mug. Attack with a potency of 150. Increases target damage taken by 5% for 20 seconds. Additional effect, increases the chance of additional items being dropped by target if Mug is dealt before or as the finishing blow. Okay. That's something. 5% extra damage for 20 seconds. 120-second recast time. Money again. This is all worse. Alright. Interesting. Interesting. We're gonna mug him. Okay. Oh, there you go. And we're level 16. So that works for that. No new gear, no new stuff. And now we can actually go about leveling. Start that whole journey up. Get to 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50. See what happens at 30 here. It's gonna be the next question. We need to get some levels, though. And we will do so next time. Goodbye.